So run me through. So first track, Mean Faces. It's got a killer song. It's got very self-reflecting lyrics. Tell me about the song and how you got Mean Faces out.
We had that riff for the chorus.
In the chorus.
We were trying to do this thing where I love getting Zoe to do this thing where we just have like a repeating hook and all of the rhythm, like the bass and the rhythm guitar changes around that. It can be such like an emotive thing when the riff is like stagnant, but everything else in the band is moving around it. Because each different chord you go to like changes. I don't know how to explain it, but you can hear it in the song.
I do try to do too much sometimes, and you go, just simplify it. Don't do it.
It's like an emotive thing. It's because it does sound silly because it's like usually your rhythm stuff is staying the same and the lead is changing around it, but you can hear it in a lot of songs, like a lot of really famous songs. It's just the riff is the same, but because everything else is changing around it, it makes the riff feel and sound different. And we just wanted to do that. We're like, we did end up with like a normal chorus, like per se, but that I feel like that lead guitar is the chorus and the other chorus is like second chorus or whatever. But it just, I don't know, it felt like the perfect opener, just the way it all starts with like that lo-fi-ness and
it literally creeps in. Like literally creep into
we
that
had
song.
a lot of fun. Like it's always fun getting like the main hook and fleshing out like the main body of the song, but then we wanted to add the freaky modulation stuff, and then when we found that tone, that was sick.
Yeah, I remember the day we found that like, you're doing like a reverse delay tremolo thing that's swirling backwards. I don't know how to explain it, but
yeah, it was sick.
It's just eerie. And Millions doesn't start like that. Millions starts very like kind of gleefully,
almost clean, right?
Yeah,
Millions is clean.
And Mean Faces is like it really sets the tone early for like you know what the album is about and like what you're about to experience.
It is a great, actually, I hadn't thought about Mean Faces like that. It's a great representation of what is about to come and the other 9 tracks behind it. And I think instantly it shows, I think, vocally as well, like the dynamic change that you're doing in this album vocally is really shifted too. Like, I think you were kind of in this bracket prior to this album, and now your vocal range, or whatever the technical term is, it seems to be here, you're exploring a lot of different ways to express the lyrics, and I think it's a beautiful way to start.
That's one of my favorites for sure. Definitely one of my favorites.
I think it became one of my favorites too at the point where Aaron was shooting the film clip and we had to play it fucking 12 times. And then I'm thinking each time I'm going, fuck, this song is actually pretty good.
I'm glad you got to hear it during that video shoot, dude.
Well, I'm the only one that had the freaking
Well, don't give a
I don't think Liam and I had like heard it in a little bit, and we rocked up and I was like, have you listened to this song?
I feel like the first song on a record and the last song are the most important. Personally, I just all my favorite records, like I love the opener and the ending song are usually my favorite, just because they're usually so deliberately picked for like their place on the record. I feel like every song should be deliberately picked for its place on the record, and you want it to start, you want it to set the tone, and you want to leave someone feeling something at the end. Like the best records are the ones you can listen to all the way through. And you want to be left feeling however kind of way, like at the end, whether it's bad or good. It just has to be something.
Well, it's like one of my favorite parts of this is there's a couple of pieces to this, but I think you've written an album, and
thank you.
The songs are better together. They're not just 10 singles, and even when you get to the 2 songs like in the middle there, like you actually need that break, because like the first 4 are just pumping, and then you actually just need that moment to collect your thoughts, and then it goes again, hard for the last couple. And I think it even shows in just even the length of the songs. You can tell you're not just chasing algorithm or Spotify plays. Like, they are heavily 3-minute songs, if not 4-minute songs, written what feels like for an album. And it's such a beautiful listen. Like, in this day and age, it's it's fewer than there is more of albums that are actually remind me of 20 year ago albums when I was like, they didn't want this on radio even kind of thing. It's great.
Because you didn't need it to be on the radio.
Yeah.
You could write, people wanted to buy a vinyl, and it was nice to write like that, like with the intent of this is a record.
Yeah.
And we're making a record. And if a song is 6 minutes long and it's a great song,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? People are going to listen to it.
Yeah,
It
Stairway
doesn't-
to Heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't.
Too, like we all grew up listening to records. Like you think of all the records that we've all, and yourself included, listened to throughout the years. Like back, even 10 years ago, people were still listening to full albums without the attention span going.
American Pie by Don McLean has 8 verses. It's 9.5 minutes long, and it's a great song.
Yeah, you
Like
love
one
that
of the best
song.
songs ever written.
Yeah.
And he didn't care about the
Yeah.
algorithm.
No.
He's 90 now.
Yeah. It's important. I think this is a really big step, not for just you guys, but just for the listeners too, to be like, actually, I want to start listening to albums again and just really be on the journey from start to finish. So track 2, we've got Rush Apart. Again, another kind of just like song that goes full sound, like really big guitar sounds. How did we get to this one?
With great difficulty.
We just had that chorus, I think. I think we usually write backwards. We usually write from the bridge backwards. We've always been like a bridge band. But we had that chorus, I think. And then that actually has the same thing with the repeating riff and all the rhythm changing around it. Like Zoe's really just playing the same thing in the choruses and stuff. But it's the hardest song to sing on the record.
Yeah.
For sure. That's the highest I've ever sung in my life.
It definitely, the vocal depth in there is
Yeah.
wide ranging.
Yeah, that one's hard. That one's really hard to play live. One of my favourites on the record, for sure.
So Liam, when you're in the studio, you're screaming. It complements the beautiful sounding Cooper over there. But how do you protect your voice and record it so that you don't end up a husky old man?
Oh, see, now that's a tricky question because I very much should be talking to a vocal coach who actually does this stuff for like a living. I kind of just stumbled on the ability, and even like sometimes like I don't know how to warm up. I really don't. I walk out onto like the set when we go and play. I basically have my magic tea that I'm drinking before we go out just to try and keep everything warm, and then I go out and hope for the best. Like sometimes it's horrible and people tell me that sounded great. I'm like, I felt awful doing that. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad you liked it, but I was struggling.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely should be going and actually talking to a vocal coach and trying to like sort of like just discover like the sort of the ins and outs of it. Like I've had good days and I've had not so good days.
Yeah. We had a mate's sister came to one of the shows and she hadn't seen you guys before. And she kind of described it after the show as like, oh, yeah, I saw the bass player kind of walk out. He's very unassuming. And then all of a sudden he opens his mouth and it's like, ah! It's exactly how it is. Like before you watch you guys live, like you don't think Liam's going to be the voice that he is. And it's pure gold. And it really does complement the vocals so much. Like it's almost like the harmony in a song, but it's this beautiful screaming harmony in the background each time, and
Adds a lot of grit too. I love Liam's vocals. I really do.
It's like you can tell it's you too. Like it's your own little instrument. So like there's kind of 6 people in the band, right? Like you got you 4 plus Cooper's voice and then Liam's scream.
It's definitely an instrument in this band itself is Liam's voice. Like without it, you'd certainly know.
You'd lose a few songs from.
Oh yeah. We'd have to get the Rock Doctor in a few times trying to emulate that.
$50.
All right, moving on to Snarling.
Best song in the world.
It's great.
Sorry, best song in the world.
Tom DeLonge.
I love that song.
Have you heard American Pie by Don McLean?
I like Shania Twain when.
That was the first song we wrote for the record. It was the very first one. In 2024. in June 2024. Yeah, I love that song. I really do. We stole. That was right after the Hot Mulligan tour, and we stole their guitar tunings. They play in these open tunings, and we've never done that ever. And they just look like they're having so much fun every night because you can noodle around so much. And it's like a very like Midwest emo thing to do those open tunings, and it makes clean guitar sound so pretty.
Like OG Blue Sky.
Bill,
Yeah.
Bill Sky, OG Bill Sky.
Bill Sky, sorry. Bill Sky, sorry, I got it.
But
It's
we,
Blue Sky.
it's Bull. I don't know what it means. I think it's a Pokemon reference.
That's what I meant. Bill Blue.
But we just
Sorry, Hot
were
Mulligan.
having fun mucking around with them, and
Yeah.
then there's only like 6 or 7 chords you can do in that tuning, but that's why you move the capo up and down everywhere because you can get to new keys. And
What is
we
Bull?
were doing all that. We were doing all that tinkering, like all the noodling, and usually you'd write like a happy kind of Midwest emo song, but it wasn't. It was like a really, really sad, dark, depressing song, and but it's in that tuning is what I'm getting at. So we had like good intentions of it being like a cheerful song, and then we didn't. It's not cheerful.
For me, I think it's what people would see as a classic Bad Neighbour song. Like it's in your new sound, but it is classic Bad Neighbour. It's got all the elements of kind of everything you've ever done in the past in one song.
Some of the best production, I think, too, honestly. I listen back to it now, and I love what Brock did with that song, too. It's just, like, Zoe's lead tone in that song is just incredible. I just think it's one of the best lead guitar tones we've ever pulled. And I just think the way he mixed the drums in as well, it's very tight sounding, but very big, too.
It's huge, yeah.
It also sounds like we're just in a small room. I don't know how to explain it. I just love it.
I think we used synth as well for the first time.
Yeah, there was a little bit of synth on that song in the intro. But that's why that intro sounds so pretty as well, because it's in that open tuning.
It's in the outro as well.
Yeah, we did. It was the first song we used synth, actually, because
Yeah.
no one had any idea what they were doing.
So just press play, right? No.
Just press play.
Snarling is actually one of my favourite drum tracks off the album too, Jack. I think it's
Me too.
It's tight as hell, and it's creative, and it goes.
Thanks,
go.
man.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
A lot of people said that as well. Actually, like a lot of people heard that. And I'm like, wow, that's the best drumming I've ever heard from Jack. And I was like, I know. Shit's crazy.
Yeah, actually, that was such a free flowing writing process that it kind of, I mean, I was listening to a lot of like Sayerson at the time, of course, like Alex Rodriguez, who's like the most underrated drummer in the history of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We've got like we've all pulled inspirations from different things, but like I remember, that style of drumming really inspired that track.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want to like completely rip things off, but you kind of make it your own, and I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Like that, you don't really hear, like that sort of stuff.
I think it's your best drumming for sure. 100%.
So
And seeing it live as well, like it looks like you're having fun playing that one. Like you're all over the kit. You're everywhere.
yeah, it's got a few different rhythmical, obviously, ebbs and flows, which is what I like. It's not just straight down the line. I try, with drum tracks too, you try not to be, as well as keeping the song playing, serving the song, you still want to have a little bit of kind of mystery, I find trying to balance that element on this record was something that I focused on, and I'm sure the other guys too. We try to dig a bit deeper,
Yeah.
but not going overboard with trying too hard to sound completely different.
But I think similar
Yeah.
to the way I described Zoe's guitar playing, I think that's the same for you, where I think you are a fucking amazing timekeeper, but you are creative, but you never have to show people that you can do more than what the song needs. So like it's never too much. Like sometimes you can hear it when bands, and again, I think particularly drummers and guitarists seem to do this, where they want to show that the best thing they can actually do, but it's not the best thing for the song. I think for a lot of what you do, and particularly this song, it's like it's the perfect amount, and it shows what you can do so well. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thanks, man.
It's amazing.
The drummer loves. See, this is the drummer bias, right?
Yeah, it's coming from a former drummer. But
No, but
yeah.
honestly, the placement of things and the structure of the song, and Cooper and I always have a good laugh too, and obviously Liam and Zoe, but Cooper always, I'm always trying to play punk rock beats, and Cooper's always like, hey,
Cut it out.
this is not.
Oh, we had a specific goal on this record to not write fast songs. But
2
The
BPM.
first 4, mate.
I know. You get carried away. You get so excited. I was in this mindset of like, we should slow everything down to like 130 BPM and then just try and be like more intricate and burn. But some songs are supposed to be fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to sound so like spiritual and whatever, but I think like a song kind of tells you like what it needs. And anyone who's ever written a song that they're like in love with will agree with this. Like when you're like on a tear and you're writing something and it's like going incredible and you're in love with it and it feels like it's writing itself, you feel like you've been given this song. You feel like it's been given to you. You
Yeah.
don't feel like you're making it. You feel like you're collecting the pieces for it like along the way.
That's cool.
It's just like it genuinely feels like that when you're writing something and it's just like coming out and it's really exciting. A lot of songs don't work like that though. Some songs take months to finish.
Yeah.
And some songs take 10 minutes. Honestly, like that's the way it is. But when the songs come really easy like that and you can write them in like a day or an hour, you feel like you found it. And I feel like some songs are supposed to be fast. That's what I'm getting at. Some songs should be fast because there's a lot of fast songs and a lot of slow songs. And
You still see it shows too. Like there's a crowd for the fast song, Bad Neighbour songs too.
Yeah.
I find there's a whole dynamic. Some people love, the slower ballads and then ballads. What are we, Guns N' Roses?
Yeah,
bro? But then you see the other crew who pipe up when they hear the start of like Slip Away or Snarling and all those sort of tracks. So
we have a lot of fast ones, I'm realising.
yeah.
No, it's. I'm happy. I'm a happy fan. So just stop overthinking it.
Over there, yeah.
But that's it. But like, funnily enough, like our like 2 probably fastest songs, they're our most popular ones. Like between Slip Away and When
People
the
are
World
wrong.
Explodes.
People are all wrong.
I do. When the world
People
explodes.
People love the fast punk beats, man. But like within reason.
Yeah. Okay, so track 4.
You're not
is
wrong.
called I Can't Look For You.
Yeah.
See, terrible. See, I just get too involved in the music. This one I fucking love, and because you guys put this out December or something.
December, yeah.
Like this was the easiest one to listen to because it was on Spotify, and I've listened to this 1,000 times. And one thing I love is it keeps going. Some songs they finish too soon. This one, you're like, if it feels like it's about to end, then you've still got the last quarter of it, and it tips over into the 4-minute mark. And at no stage do I feel like it's a 4-minute song. Like I'm still wanting more at the end, and it's just such a full sounding song. Do you ever get worried about the length, or are you just writing what feels? Like, do you ever have to cut yourself back and pull it back?
Yeah, I think 100%. I think the big one for us was Paul Avery. I think when we wrote that, it turned out to be like a 6 or 7 minute, song. There was so many components to it, and we're like, well, it's just like we definitely know it's going to be too long.
It is a 6-minute song when we play it live too.
Yeah.
It's literally like it takes up 2 songs worth
Yeah,
of
right.
space in the set list.
Yeah.
But that one was supposed to be 4.5 minutes long, I think. Because if anything felt unimportant or unnecessary, then I don't think it would be in there. I think writing 4.5 minute songs is cool. People should do it more often.
Yeah.
Because it's like Some songs are supposed to be 2 minutes, and that song, I feel the same way as you feel. I feel like I liked, we just loved all the parts, like, as we were writing them, and like that's after the second verse, that it's like kind of like a bridge or like a pre-chorus, I guess, where it's always like chugging and I'm picking through the riff and it leads into another chorus. We could have cut that out and the song would probably be like 3.5 minutes. It'd probably be a normal song,
Yeah.
you know, but that's my favorite part of the song, I think. And it's like dynamic and heavy, and it gets slow and sad and weird, and then it gets really heavy and then gets really quiet and then it gets heavy again. And honestly, it feels like I thought it was some of our best songwriting, to be honest. And
Yeah.
I find it hard to see it like that before it comes out. And then when a song is released, I'll kind of feel very scared of it for a while once it's out in the world. I don't know how to explain it. I'm kind of weary of it
It's our fear of judgment.
Yes.
for a bit. And then I feel like once we start playing it properly live, you kind of fall back in love with it again, because that's probably one of my favorite ones to play live at the moment as well.
Well, people probably don't really realize like the length of time between you guys writing this, recording it, and then the album or the single coming out. Like that one was a shorter time frame, but like you might have written that in March or April, right? And then it didn't come out till December. So it's a long time of once you've completed it before people start to hear it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's usually a full year.
Yeah.
I remember starting that song in Tasmania on the Tiny Moving Parts tour in January last year, and then it came out in December.
yeah.
And it wasn't even going to come out in December. We had another song that was going to come out as a single from the record, but that was the one that we landed on.
Yeah.
And it's usually a full year. People think you write a song and then it comes out 3 months later, but it doesn't. It takes forever. So you go through like a lot of variations of different feelings before it finally comes out.
Yeah.
And you have to try and maintain like a love for it,
Mm.
because it's easy to get like develop a kind of like apathy towards what you're doing, because you've heard it so many times as
Yeah.
well. We've all listened to the record 1,000 times. I'm at least 1,000 plays. And you got to kind of sift through it and make sure you still love it. But it's also, you probably shouldn't listen to it that much. But I don't think it's 1,000 plays is probably not healthy.
You want to save some for the release day.
Well,
you
I
can
mean-
listen back and go, oh, yeah.
We wrote that.
This
Yeah.
is sick.
All right. So track 5, One Wing.
Ooh.
That is the first chance you get to take a breath in this album. So the first 4 songs just drive you in a direction of pure happiness, and then you get a chance to take a breath, and it's a slower song. But what I found when listening to it is I had to concentrate on the lyrics and to listen for it, because they're buried, I think, in the mix deliberately. And it's great because like you kind of are going so full throttle for the first half, and then it's like you actually need that break, and it's such a perfect spot to chuck. When I first heard it, I was like, oh, why'd they put the slow song right here? But it actually complements the first 4 because it makes you stop and then you go into it. Now, this feels like this kind of I hadn't heard this kind of Bad Neighbour sound before. How did you land on doing this one?
Because Millions was 10 singles. We wanted to
To experiment.
just wanted to do something quiet, and all I listened to was quiet, weird music, and I wanted to do something like that.
Yeah.
It's also, One Wing is the name of the Chariots' final record, and the lyrics from One Wing, our song, are actually very similar to a song on their last record called Your, and it's like a hymn. It's like a full church hymn, and it's one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard. But I'm partial to like gospel music, even though I'm not religious at all. I just like it a lot, and it's just an incredible song. And like the Busy Bee line, most of the lyrics are like directly derived from that exact song, because I'd listened to it so much while we were writing the record, and I try to get in the mindset of like, oh, it's like a love letter to the Chariot, instead of I'm ripping off this song because it doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like I grew up listening to that band. I love it so much.
Yeah.
And I just love the lyrics to that song, and we kind of made our own version of it. And I think Zoe's voice on it, like in particular, was like the icing on the cake. Really,
I was going to ask
it was just
who
me.
that was.
For a
Yeah,
bit.
actually, my money was on Jack, but I'm joking. So is that your first time singing on a Bad Neighbour record?
No, I've sung on other ones in like gang vocals and like harmonies every now and again, but that was the first. That was very isolated. Like the vocals are very isolated, and it's like, oh, yep, I can hear myself.
That's great.
Liam
Yeah.
and I weren't in the studio for this, so I'm actually intrigued. So go on.
Yeah.
This is all new information.
It was.
I think I left you as
I-
well.
Yeah, it was just me and Matt. I actually hadn't heard the song that many times, so we went over it again, and he had the lyrics up on the screen, and he was like conducting me, like the timing, because it was. I couldn't get the timing at first, and then I just did it a few times, and then we moved on to the next. We did it in sentences,
Okay.
and yeah, and I had one out because I don't normally really sing, so I'm just like, does that sound good?
But
Okay, sweet.
Matt, I remember Matt said you literally got it second take. He wouldn't let you do another one.
Yeah, it was pretty fast. It was
Yeah,
pretty
it was
quick.
supposed to be
We weren't there
imperfect.
for that long.
And
Yeah.
honestly, like we had the final recording, and I found the original demo that I'd recorded on my phone when I was writing it. There was like 9 of them, but the very last one, I wanted that to be on the record, that exact recording from my phone, because it's like just an unmistakable like messiness to it
Yeah.
that was really cool. And we probably would have like put that into the computer and then had like Zoe sing over that too.
Okay.
But it's like deliberately messy and it's out of time, and it sounds really like I sound scared, and that's what we wanted it to
Yeah.
sound like that. This sort of would be perfect spot to break up all of the screaming and yelling and
It really is the perfect spot. Like, and I think the perfect, uniquely, not a previous Bad Neighbour style, that it sinks right in the right spot. Like, it's cool.
one
Yes.
of my favorites, honestly. Like one of my favorites on the record, even though it's like a minute long.
Yeah.
I'm actually really keen to hear how people process these tracks because honestly, some of my favourite tracks on the record too, and Liam and I are far from like. Did you play on that track?
No, I don't
It
think
was
it
just me and Zoe.
It's just you and Zoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's beautiful to like be a fan of that track, but being in the band, and
Yeah.
that you can admire it from not being part of the
Yeah.
process.
Not having to, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I only did 8 songs. But anyway. Yeah.
No.
So track number 6, Burns from the X-Ray, the title track. It's the one you hear and you're like, that's the name of the album. Yeah, I know what it is. Where has this one come from? Like, it's a Bad Neighbour song, but it's a brand new feel. Where did you come up with this one?
Me and Matt wrote that in our sessions together. So I had most of it. And I brought it to Matt and I said, I don't know what to do with this, but I wanted to make it really weird. And me and Matt spent weeks on it together. We did a bunch of synths and a bunch of drum machines, and we tried a whole bunch of different stuff. We recorded a lot of guitars, and then we put them up like a bunch of semitones to sound really, and then we would like stuff up the timing of them so they would sound deliberately like a tape machine, and we did a lot of crazy stuff. But a lot of that was Matt Cochran, honestly. Like I just said, I want this to be really weird, and then we spent weeks making it as weird as we possibly could. And
Yeah.
and it's quite a dark song. It is really dark, and it's like really personal as well. And I wanted to like speak a lot instead of, a lot of the verses and choruses we write, it's like 4 lines in the chorus that are sung kind of slow and loud, and then the chorus is like very deliberate. And I wanted this one to be like, I'm really trying to say something. I'm trying to like talk about an event and not focus so much on like melody and catchiness, and rather just like trying to tell a story, I guess. But most of it was Matt. Like the drum machine through the whole song, we literally recorded my heartbeat and for like a minute, and then we put that into Logic and we lined it up.
The
with
fuck? I
grid.
didn't even know that. That's sick.
We lined it up with the grid and we played with it for hours. So the whole kick drum through the whole song is my heartbeat.
Dude,
What?
that's
We
unreal.
recorded
That's- I
heaps of
didn't
stuff.
Did you know
like-
that?
No.
We
That's why I looked at
recorded-
you.
Do you know that?
The white noise. We recorded the white noise from Matt's. He had like a portable air conditioner in his room. We recorded the white noise from that, and that's through the whole background of the song.
Yeah.
We went out on the street and we both got like a stereo sound image of his street for like 10 minutes each, and that is like panned left and right through the whole song as well, which you'd never be able to pick up on. But it adds so much depth to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And to be honest, no one will probably ever hear it except me and Matt.
Yeah.
But we're the most proud of that song out of anything.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, and that was the only one on the record. Everything else we wrote together, like as a group, probably bar like One Wing as well. But that one was like, Matt really joined the band for that song. And it's my favorite by far as well. All the glitchiness and the cuts in the vocals and everything. It's
The
just,
creaky guitars, man, at the start. Like
yeah, it was
that-
all just me and Matt in
yeah.
a bedroom just making funny noises.
I think that's the one thing I would definitely suggest to people if they haven't heard the album with headphones is find a quiet
Oh, yeah.
place,
It's a
headphone
put them
album.
on,
Yes.
and it mightn't be till like the 6th or 7th listen, but you'll be like, I haven't heard that part. I didn't hear that like breathing or whatever little. There is so many layers to this, and that's what it makes it such a full sounding album. Like
That's
it's
the one to
insane.
listen to on headphones for sure as well, because there's about 80 million stems in that song that are all doing really cool things.
Yeah.
You might not even hear them on headphones, I don't know, but we love that song.
Mm.
That's one of my favorites, honestly. I'd love how creative we got on that one. It's a lot of fun.
You can see just how much you guys have done for this, like how deeply layered the whole album is. Like it's so cool, and watching these three not know what you've actually done for it. That was so cool to watch you guys. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's cool. Like, it just shows you how deep this album is.
He's a bit mysterious, Mr. Cooper.
I think we
can be-
translated that song pretty well live.
Be very, very
Obviously, we don't do like breathing layers or anything live.
Yeah, and we
But
did.
you got to use your little like the cinematic. I don't know what they're called. The drumsticks that with this on the end
Oh,
of
with
it.
the mallets.
Yeah.
And that was cool too, because I remember having a conversation with you about that when we were writing One Wing and Burns, and you were kind of like, "Are we going to be able to play these live?" And I was like, "It's going to be hard, for sure, because you never want to do that. You never want to write a song and then put so many layers in it that you can't play it live.
Yeah.
And you also don't want to play to like a backing track with a full orchestra in it.
Yeah.
You want to be able to figure out a way to do it, and we
I think
worked
that's a
out
huge
an
thing for
even
us.
a really cool way to play that live, and we
Yeah.
were just absolutely like infatuated with it.
We
it's
played
so
the-
different.
we played that last show. We played with Dear Seattle and that, and actually had people say after the show, like, you guys had like dynamics, like what, like there's, everything just slowed down, and it was just a really nice kind of change. And you just saw people like me being back there, like you can sort of look around a bit and you see how people take it, and people were listening, like proper listening to that track, which I
love that.
yeah,
song,
it was
man. I love that
unreal.
Yeah.
It was unreal feeling like playing it to people, but yeah, with bringing that song to life, what you just heard with all those elements, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes.
I think it's going to be well received, and if not, it's just me that loves it. It's fine. It's all good.
song. I like it too. so.
The next track is In Homes. Now, this is one Cooper sent me really early on, the demos, and I fucking love this song. Like, for me, this is the most, I don't know, if Bad Neighbour was a couple, this is a child that's now grown up. Like, this is the most adult song I feel you guys have written. Like, it's really ages beautifully, and it's such a good song in that when I hear it, I've already got the film clip in my head, like it's playing, and I've sent that to you what it is, but it's great storytelling. It takes you on a journey. It like takes you here, then drops you off here, and then you take off again, and then you fall off again. Like, it is such a cool song, and I'm actually starting to think maybe your old country rock band might have been an influence in this one. It's got a little bit of
It's got a
tiny
twang.
country
It's got a
twang to
That's
it.
that's kind of like, it feels like Housefire grown up.
Yeah, we wanted to do like up to this point in the record, we've got like all the screaming, and we've got like the weird synth, sad drum machine stuff, and we've got like the big choruses, and we're like, well, we haven't done a country song yet, so let's do like farm emo. Why not?
It's a great song.
And it's a love song, you know.
That's
well.
actually that's actually described as a alternative.
The alternative. It's good.
It's a love song. It's not so depressing either. It's like kind of nice. I like that song. It's nice to listen to because you know, a lot of the record is pretty. It's some of it's pretty dark, you know, and then that one is just not. It's literally just a love song. I think they're all love songs, to be honest. I think the record is one big love song. I think most songs actually are love songs, but that one is like, it's just like, I love you, you know.
Yeah.
Hope you do okay.
Yeah.
See you one day, maybe.
Yeah.
I love that song, and the solo is one of my favorite solos.
Yeah.
I remember working on that with you in my bedroom for a couple of weeks, and we had so much fun writing that solo because it's so different.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be like super dynamic and super like up and down. It was just like, it's just like a song in E, and we're just having fun. And the drums too, like that whole double snare thing. It's so country rock, and it's fun. It's fun to play.
It's a great song. Yeah.
I think that one for me was probably like the hardest vocally to do. I think
you do harmonies that whole song as well.
Well, yeah, there's so many harmonies, but in a couple of spots there's harmonies that I am basically like yelling at like the top of my range to get a harmony over the top of what, and Cooper already sings in like quite a high range, and I'm usually doing, you know, like sort of like low harmonies to Cooper. But yeah, I think this one there was a couple of like high harmonies to Cooper, and we didn't really plan for that. Like sort of beforehand, we sort of
kind of wrote them on the spot. A lot of them.
Yeah, we sort of just walked into the studio. He was like, "Hey, can you do this?" I'm like, "Well, we're gonna give it a shot."
Yeah.
And they turned out fantastic. I remember Cooper just looking at me and just going, "Dude, what the hell? You can sing."
That one's cool. I don't think you scream. I think you have like 2 yells on that song, and that's it. And they weren't even a scream. It was like,
It was a proper
hey,
yell.
dude, just yell. Just yell. That's all it needs. And
But yell in key, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
it feels, it's going to be really weird to see that song with the album art, like on Spotify, because the album art does not match that song at all. All the other songs, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, lines up, makes sense. But that one, it feels like it should have like a sunshine and some babies or something.
No, it's a cracker, and I'm gonna keep working on this for a film clip for that one. So it's got to get out of my head.
Let's do it.
I need to make it leave. So track 8, Vince Pope. This is fast paced. Cooper obviously hates it, and but I think for this song, I think this will be another like fan favorite. It's got all the classic Bad Neighbour elements, and I love this one because you pop in and out at like orgasmic spots. Like it's like, oh, Liam's there. Okay, he's gone again. Oh, Liam's back. Like, I really think this one features the value that you bring musically to this with your voice.
Well, and that's it. It's like there doesn't need to be like harmonies everywhere or screams everywhere. Like it's just like you gotta really sort of like pick your spots. And like when we do like the chorus in Vince Pope, it's just like, you know, just like sort of towards the ending of like those phrases, and just like a harmony sort of just comes in just to sort of carry it, you know, carry it through. And it's just like, it's just a nice little like sort of element where it's like if you're hearing it all the time, you might become a bit like sort of desensitized, where if it comes in and catches you off guard, you're like, oh, well, you know, wow.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Jack loved this. He's got a lot to say about this one. This is his favourite.
Oh, I just believe
This
Don't look at him. Don't look
this
at him.
is what I really think. No, I meant that in a nice way.
No,
I
it's
know,
not-
I know Jack Jack loves this one.
I
This is
just-
Jack's favourite.
The minute I heard the lyrics too, and just the elements of it, even the process of writing this song was just super fun, because I felt like this one was, you could see influences coming in from bands we've toured with, which is super. I just find that beautiful, you know. Like, you see, we've had long car rides together, and we always, you know, with the bands we're touring with, we talk about, oh, did you see that last night? Oh, fuck, that's cool, you know, like, and yeah, I don't know. It was just I just think it's a beautiful track.
Quite a poppy song for us as well.
It's poppy too, and I'm a fucking sucker for pop
The
punk. You know?
the solo goes unnecessarily hard
the
in
bridge,
that song.
the bridge is very cool too. Like, that's
Yeah.
probably, I think that's one of the
Like
best
bridge
we've
to
ever
the
done.
ending.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah,
And that's when we sort of started using pedals, like not just distortion. Like, we started using pedals and like, what sounds can we make live? Like, but it's still like quirky and cool. And we wrote that in the same tuning as Snarling, and we kind of wrote
Yeah.
it back to back from each other. Those two
Okay.
were like
those were the
created
first
at the
two
same
songs that were written for the, which is so weird if you think about
Yeah.
it, because Snarling is like, I'm dying, help me. And
Yeah.
then Vince Pope is like,
Desperate
things
for
aren't so-
change.
things are okay.
Yeah.
Things are fine.
I think
I'm
too,
doing alright.
lyrically, the lyric "lean into a landslide and snowball home" for me was just like, how the fuck, like this. He's an amazing lyricist,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I just, that line particularly, I was like, fuck, this rips, man. Like, it just lean into a landslide, snowball home, like poetic,
I
bro.
Very
like that
good.
song.
Very good.
I like that song.
Yeah,
That's a good song.
it's a very good song. I reckon it's going to be the.
So what BPM's that one, Cooper?
That's a fast song. That's I think that's actually probably the fastest on the record.
I think the first riff goes.
I think so.
"Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo."
It's faster than your demo too, right? Like,
It's quick, yeah.
yeah,
It's
because
so
when
quick.
because I get so invested in the demos that then I listen to the thing. It was like, oh, they've stepped this one up too. Like,
You know, it has the same riff in it as Snarling too for like a second. Yeah, because it's like in that open tuning, you can do this one riff that's really easy to play, and it's in Snarling and it's in that too. And we literally wrote them in like a week apart from each other. It's great because like you can hear it clear as day. It's so funny.
look, you got to do some things to consolidate the length of time an album takes.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
It's cohesive.
Borrow, yeah.
It's cohesive. We can steal riffs from ourselves.
Yeah.
But we're probably gonna have to slow that down live by about 10,
No!
10 15 BPM.
No!
We'll figure it out.
Maybe track 4 live, so you're warmed up enough that Jack won't die.
Well, the funny thing is you can't really slow that down live, because if it's slow, the drum beat in it is like made for a certain BPM. So if you slow it down, it just completely fucks the you know.
Yeah.
So
that
the-
one's easier
So
to
the
play.
hammer-ons and stuff, you can't
Yeah.
do that slow.
That
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
easy to play fast though. It's like it's meant to be played fast.
Yeah.
For sure, we'll be able to do it. Except when Zoe plays, because it's
Yeah.
she's all over the shop.
Is that a consideration when writing? Is will this transfer live, or is it whatever the song needs for the record needs, and then we'll sort it out?
We write everything live, like in a room together. So nothing would go as far as it went if it didn't work with us, like in here.
Yep.
Playing it live, like it's a whole different thing for sure. But everything we write and that we want to record is played like in the flesh before anything.
No computers or backing tracks or nothing.
Yeah, because I feel like there's like most of the magic is right there. You got it. Like if it's not feeling right, you're just gonna make some processed crap that's gonna be in a Logic folder, and then you're gonna, you know what I mean? It has to be played by the hands and like sung in a room. That's how you know you're onto something cool if it
Yeah.
feels right. Because usually we like collectively have a feeling of like, okay, this is like special and cool, and it's working. And if we all feel like that, we're like, okay, well, let's write this properly then.
Yeah.
And then we'll transfer to the computer.
yeah.
We'll go digital then.
Yes. Well, you do have to do that part.
Yeah.
So track 9, we moved to If It Had a Face, and this one lyrically takes you on such a journey. I feel like all of the tracks have deep lyrics, but this one for me really rides you through is this the first time you've used programmed drums?
Yeah, in the
Parts of
in
it.
the beginning, only in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
First time. Yeah.
Okay. And did you? Yeah. Because I was like listening. I was like, oh, is that just kind of Jack sampled or is it programmed? So yeah, it's super interesting.
Yeah. It was the first time we've really gone, hey, let's do some electronic shit.
First time we've ever used electronic
Yeah.
drums. Yeah, but it's cool.
Yeah. No,
That's
it's
cool.
so good.
And we never really would do something like that. But again, just trying to, try
just
something
push it a
different.
bit.
And it worked. It's cool, And
Yeah.
we found a way to do it live too. Jack's kind of clicking instead of playing. We always find a way to translate it live without doing it how it's actually done.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's cool.
And then so lyrically, how does this one sit for you?
The title came from, there's a lyric in the second verse, and the lyric is, if it had a face, you wouldn't give it a name. And most of it is about people and their drinking. And I've known a lot of people who've struggled with like drug abuse and alcoholism in my life and stuff, and that was like kind of the point that I wanted to make about alcoholism, was that I kind of like, the original lyric was it's so bad that if it had a face you wouldn't give it a name. I just thought it was a cool picture to paint for something that's like really ugly and really like horrible, that it's so bad that you don't even want to mention, not mention it, but you don't even want to refer to it as something. It's kind of something you'd like shun away from. And then I love that lyric in the chorus where it's like, it's not enough to stay quiet on the drive home, because like everyone has gone through that with like a girlfriend or a brother or their parent, or it's so much easier to just say nothing sometimes if you don't get anywhere. That's what this song was about. Mainly was about substance abuse, I guess. And
Can I ask that lyric at the start? This is a question for my own lead singer.
the aeroplane.
Did you join the Mile High Club in this song, or like?
Nah.
Oh,
It's just it's a bit of a story,
Yeah, well,
Like House Fire.
I'm just gonna take it.
It is a
how I'm
little
gonna
bit.
take it. It's a bit sexy, isn't it?
If sexy is a better word, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll cut that word I said out. It is a little bit sexy.
I actually, so again, from the demo to the album track, for me, the first couple of listens to the album track, I thought the very first couple of lines, it sounds like you say, take a dump in the airplane. I was like, that's an interesting choice of lyric. And then I realized,
Well, it didn't
end up in.
Motif.
It didn't. What I talk about in that song didn't really happen. But the first part about like being really hungover on the aeroplane, I remember specifically we were coming home from. We played a one-off show, like a flying date. I can't remember, but I remember getting on the aeroplane. I was still drunk. This is years ago. This will be like 4 or 5 years ago, and I just remember being like, "Oh my god, I can't do this flight. Like, this is gonna be horrible." Anyway, I channeled that into that first verse.
Yeah.
I just remember that feeling, because it's the worst. It's just the worst getting on a crowded plane when you want to vomit.
That song, I remember like listening to the demo going, okay, and I think you put some asterisks at the end saying very much demo, just wait. So hearing the album track, and this one, you drop away out of nowhere. Like it's flowing, it drops away, but it keeps you so intrigued as to what the next part is. Like, and then you build back in. It's like, it's such a good representation of the whole album. There's so much dynamics happening in this album.
You really have listened to this album, haven't you?
You're never comfortable in the best way. Like you're just never on cruise control with this. Like, and I love every moment of that. Like it keeps me engaged. It keeps me invested in the whole 10 songs. And just fuck you, 10 is not enough, by the way. Like what you have written just makes me just go, please write more. Like it's beautiful. Like it's a great song. And that leads us into Smidley, track 10, The Ender. Again, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this one. This is the second track I've cried to on this album, but
this one's my favorite.
This is out of nowhere. This feels like an absolutely brand new Bad Neighbour. Like this is crazy. There's so much to this.
That's my favourite song.
This
I
guy.
wrote that. I wrote that one.
Yeah.
How
That's
crazy.
why we're not saying anything.
I know everyone's looking at me. But it wasn't supposed to be like that. It was. I'd been working on that for like a long time, and it was going to be a Riley song. And I tried really, really hard to have no crossover between like what I was doing with my solo stuff and Bad Neighbour. I wanted to just be like completely separate and different, and I also just didn't want to have like the classic acoustic song on an album. I know One Wing is acoustic as well, but it doesn't feel as like natural as just, you know what I mean, like the classic 10th acoustic song
Yeah.
on the record that feels like it's there because it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I'd been working on it for so long, and most of the Riley stuff would be written over like 2 nights, and it would come out like 2 days later with no thought. That's like what I wanted to do with that. I didn't want to go through the year-long process of. There's nothing wrong with like either or, but with Bad Neighbour, it's like we write a song, it gets refined until it's something completely different, which is always like we're obviously happy with it.
Yeah.
But I wanted Riley to be like, okay, well, I want to write this song and release it with no other thought. But I was just working on it for so long, and I fell so in love with the lyrics and all of it, and it was just my absolute favorite song I've ever written, and I was like, oh, this has to be on the album. And then, you know, I thought it would be in the middle when I first was writing it, and as we listened to it more and more, I was like, this has to be the closer. Like, this is the closer, because like the final lyric is, and I'm in love with you in spite of the plan, and then it just, everything about it felt like that was exactly where it needed to be. And I personally think it was just, I don't know if it's like my best lyrics that I've ever written, but it's by a mile my absolute favorite lyrics I've ever written. I love the line in the outro where I say, I'm not shackled to the stars, I'm burnt out in a rented van. That's my all-time favorite lyric I've ever written. I just thought that was incredible, because it's so, you know, we felt like that at times when we were on tour and we had no money and we were broke, and our works wanted to fire us, and we got troubles at home and all sorts of stuff, and definitely felt like that in the past. Not always, but you know, it's not always clear skies. I love that. I could speak about that song forever and ever, and it's the only song that I haven't had to step away from and stop listening to like for a while to sort of like regain a love for it. I'm really, really proud of that, and I can't wait to play that one live, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think the production on that song, that's another headphones and just listen as hard as you can to the elements in that song. Like, there's so much going on, right down to that breathing, and just like it. Yeah, you can get lost in that one as well. Like, for a simple acoustic song, it's just as full as every other song on that album. It's pretty incredible.
There's like a lot of layers, but also not many at all. There's like, I'm literally screaming fuck over that whole outro, and it sounds like I'm falling apart.
Well, is there another little hidden gem in there, linking back to Snarling?
The 10 Good Hounds line.
No, is there Swinging Off God's Great Earring snuck in there somewhere?
I don't think in that one.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I think
but there's a 10 Good Hounds reference,
Okay.
and I believe that there's a 10 Good Hounds reference in Snarling too.
Okay.
And both of them reference back to a Riley song called 10 Good Hounds.
Okay.
Which is what I wanted to call the record at first. We settled on Burns from the X-Rays, and I love that title.
Yeah,
But
it's great.
I loved 10 Good Hounds as well, because I think the lyric from the original Riley song was like, it's just something about having 10 good hounds like by your side. Just about like having a lot of issues, I guess. And I kept referring to it over and over again, like I wasn't meaning to, but it just kept popping up in lyrics.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, well, obviously it's like makes sense that should be like the album title. And yeah, it kept coming up in Smidley too. And I just love that song so much. I
Yeah.
love the line in the intro about the satellite holding on to everything I've got to say as well. Like that's one of my favorite lyrics as well, and it feels so empty right up until that outro, and then it just feels like everything's unraveling like so quickly.
Yeah. That's one thing I love about both this album and even Millions is there's a lot lyrically that link songs together. Like you kind of, whether it's just a phrase or a word, you say it in multiple songs and it kind of, even on the first couple of listens, it makes you more familiar with each song you're listening to and then connects, album-wise. Again, like we've harped on about this, but it's not 10 singles. There's a connection here through all of them. And, as a listener, like it makes me enjoy the album more because I feel the people who wrote it like give a shit and care and like, value my time as a listener enjoying that. So it's like,
Callbacks are cool like that because 99% of people won't recognize that.
Yeah.
But, you do, and that's so cool.
Yeah, it's got
And
knows the record.
people, if they really love it as well, they'll pick up on it and they'll be like, "Oh, that's cool." It's cool to do that stuff because someone's listening.
Yeah.
I don't know who, but some. not that there's no one listening, but you know what
Yeah.
I mean. Like someone is listening that intently,
yeah.
and it's cool that you can leave something in there like for them. That's special because I love when I pick up on that in albums from bands and they kind of call back to their own songs.
Yeah.
Or they call to other songs. Like it's cool.
Yes. Yeah. There was that big phase during the noughties where bands were literally talking to each other in songs.
songs,
That
yeah.
was cool. Like, or in film clips they would do it. Like that was rad. It was
That
such
is
a
cool.
fun time. Now, two more things before we wrap this up. Just in closing on the album as a whole, like I know you're saying this is the darkest kind of lyrics and kind of sounds that you've done, but I definitely feel there's a lot of positivity and a lot of therapy that goes with this album. So you actually walk away quite buzzed and energized. It's not a deep dark listen. It's actually really therapeutic.
I'm
and
glad you feel that way.
yeah. I honestly don't think people are going to go, "Oh, gee, Coop's in a bad space." Like I think it's like, it's really good.
I
like,
hope so.
yeah, and I'm really excited for this to come out and you guys to enjoy the fruits of playing it live and seeing people react to it. And I think it's going to be really awesome. So congratulations and well done.
No,
Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.
Now, before we go, so our introduction, like I was saying earlier, was the Hot Mulligan tour. The other night, Hot Mulligan even mentioned, told everyone to listen to you guys. There's obviously a deep connection and love there. Tell us about just how important that tour was for you guys and what you've taken away from that tour.
I think it was the longest one, the most different places. I think it was also like the hardest one as well. And obviously we didn't have Liam, which was, and I don't know, something about it was just really magical and just like so many new things happening for the first time, and you form such a friendship with people that you genuinely love their music that they're playing and they like your music too, and it's just, I think it was a real good bonding experience for everyone.
It's also just like a lot of really big shows, and touring with big Australian bands is really cool, but it's like touring with a big American band, you feel like an alien. It feels crazy, you know what I mean? Like, they're huge.
Yeah,
They're huge, and we're just pals with them, and it's weird, but it's so cool because they're just people and they're our friends, and
Yeah.
it's
Proper dudes.
yeah.
But I think we didn't realise the magnitude until we really started to tour with them. But it gave us a sense of like, those guys just don't have egos. Like they're the biggest one of the biggest
So
bands in the
sweet.
scene across the States.
Yeah.
And the way they hold themselves professionally, carry themselves on stage and then getting off stage and you see how the dynamic between them, you just go, wow, this is makes you just want to tour non-stop because they've just got a nice dynamic. I think, get off stage. They're always, obviously everyone's shagged after a show, but just being able to just chill with these dudes and like have a beer and.
Because we were in Sydney and we saw a seal. Was it a seal? And we were also just because like they have an American accent and we have Australian accents. We're just kind of like picking different movie lines and we're all just like shouting them on the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And then we're like, seal, there's a seal. And we also kind of got to explore
show them a bit of our country.
We were in with other people and just weird stuff happened. It was fun.
It's cool to hang out with people who are making music and that they're way bigger than you.
We had
you can learn from them,
Yeah.
You learn a lot from just watching people who are doing what you're doing, but better.
Yeah.
Every tour we've gone on, we've just learned more and more from everyone. Someone has their in-ear rig set up differently, or someone uses their guitar pedals differently, or they set up their merch differently, or and we learned the most from them because they were just like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah,
it was cool to watch.
I think it kicked off with us too. I won't go into the personal joke, but we had a bit of a personal joke that fired up straight away with them in Melbourne, where Cooper and I were messing around on the mics. And anyway, shout out to Tess and Kay who were part of their touring party. So it's not just dudes. It's we just laughed from the first gig, which is what I think really tied in. And it's so important on tours too to, I guess, establish that early because we've been on some really great tours, but we've also been on some tours where we've felt like aliens, and that's just different personalities, but you sort of go, oh shit, we haven't quite broken these guys down yet to be on the level that, that sounds fucked, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
totally.
Kind of break that bubble of...
Sometimes you walk away best friends. And sometimes you're just like, oh, thanks for like letting us go on that tour. That was cool. But it's like not really more than that. It's,
I can imagine it's hard, because you have to have so many dates with these people, and if it doesn't click, and
and if you're
It's
sick,
pretty rare that it doesn't
you've had
click.
no sleep, like you.
we've been lucky.
Sometimes you're not. Yeah.
It's rare that it doesn't click because if you do a short run, like a 2 or 3 day run, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, it's
what are you
super
gonna
hard
do?
to
Become best
establish.
friends, but when you do like 7 or 8 dates, you're best friends by the end of it. And it's kind of really fucking weird because
It's like a breakup at the end, isn't it?
like 3
heartbreak.
shows in, you can't like first show kind of mingle, by the third show you're kind of really close, and by the end of it you're like best friends, and then you just have to like wave goodbye.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'll see you in 2 years, maybe. A really weird dynamic because you make friends with these people. And you consider them like your best friends, and then you don't see them for 2 years. But when you see each other again, like we hadn't seen Hot Mulligan in 2 years, and we were just, shooting the breeze.
Yeah.
We were having a blast like the other night. It's nice.
We just walked in, sat down. Like they've got crazy fans waiting for them, and we've just sit on the couch. You got Brandon there playing his Nintendo Switch, and it was like we never. It was like we were still on tour.
Yeah,
that's weird.
That's what good friendships are,
Yeah.
right? Like just time can go, but you just pick up where you were.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's so cool. I'm so glad that my initial love of Hot Mulligan led me to you guys, and it's been pure gold.
We love you, Aaron.
we love you a lot too, man. So
Oh no, it's great. One last thing I just want to touch on is your kind of back catalogue has all been. Like all your music videos and all your photos and stuff have been handled by Will, who's done amazing work. How did you guys get together with Will? And I love all your old videos and stuff. Like it's so cool that he's done so much for you guys.
Will works for every band ever. We've been with him for like 5 years now. He's just I think we just started getting him to shoot a few shows, and then me and him are like the same person. We like all the same movies and have the same sense of humor and
you like pancakes too.
pancakes.
I've seen a few pancake posts.
Yeah, we've been going to the Pancake Manor once a month for 4 months now. We have a group. I'll text you about it later. We just it was like a working relationship at first, and then we just I'd see him everywhere at every show ever, and he'd be at all our shows because we'd, get him to shoot. And then I didn't know that he did like music video stuff, and he's really into film and music videos, and he just started doing a couple for us. And we've done like 6 or 7 now, I think. So
Yeah.
just, yeah.
No, it's
We'll
so
keep
good.
doing them forever, I think.
Yeah.
I love working with Will.
I think it's so good for bands to have people that want to work with them and do good work and are part of a broader scene, right? Like like I saw Will run around the other night as well, and it's just
we're probably his biggest client. I joke with him often that we're like a pyramid scheme designed to funnel money directly into his bank account.
Yeah.
Because he does our merch, he does all of our like animations and backdrops for gigs and all sorts of. He does everything.
And it's amazing, that Will seems to have such a diverse range of skills, right? It's almost like Matt with his crazy ability to songwrite, create the album art, do all those things, and the designs that Will has done, and the videos, and even your kind of release and press photos. Like it's a wide range of creative people you're surrounding yourself in. It's super cool.
Will and Matt both love art, like properly, and that's why they're the best to work with, because they love it like the same way we do. They're like real. They love their craft, like that's what they do, and that's all they think about, and that's why Will's so good at what he does. That's why you're so good at what you do, and Matt, and whatever people would say about us. But you just want people who love and care about what they do. And even if they're shit, it doesn't matter because they're so into it. You know what I mean? They're just passionate.
Yeah.
I feel like passion trumps talent.
Any day.
Every day of the week, for sure.
And it's such an important thing to have in this this industry or this game or whatever you want to call it. Like, if we don't have that, then it's just an empty shell of.
Yeah, well, they try and give you a lot of reasons to not be passionate about it, and like Lord knows that there is as well. But it's cooler to just be into it, regardless of the, everything else.
Totally. Now, this has been an absolute bloody pleasure, and I'm so stoked that you guys gave me your time and invited me into the home of Bad Neighbour. I'm really going to treasure this time and look back on it fondly. And one last thing is, what's next for you guys? The album drops next month, and what's the next 12 months look like?
We're going to tour the record this year, and then we're going to write album 3.
Oh,
Hopefully a lot more touring as well, but let's see. Going to get back to writing, and maybe we'll write album 3 and 4 on the same go. Do a little double album release.
I thought
writing. We want to keep writing. Feels like we wrote this one forever ago, but really,
we have moments of we're going to retire, and then then we're like, no, we're going to go ahead. I don't think we're going to retire.
We'll see what happens. The future is.
That was a joke, by the way.
We're not sure, but we'll see.
All right, stay
Album
tuned.
5.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, thanks, team.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron.